Come into a comfortable seat. By the way, a comfortable seat could be sitting on a chair that you have nearby. It doesn't necessarily need to be your mat if you need support. Okay. All right. You can sit in Virasana like I'm sitting here as well. And close the eyes. Just feel the spine lengthen. You're going to start to connect to deep Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, big full breath. And then exhale through the nose. Good, okay. And slide the hands onto the heart. And take a couple of deep filling breaths here up to the heart. Notice how the heart feels. Good. Noting that if you practiced with me within the past week, you might have noticed your heart felt different before. It feels different now. It might feel different in the future. Just noting that the way we feel is impermanent. Sometimes we feel tweaky. Sometimes we feel open. Sometimes we feel gratitude. Other times we feel more shut down. Always shifting, always changing. And with that in mind, let's connect into the intention of our practice. And so our intention is to recognize the truth of impermanence through this meditative practice, noting that all the sensations are always changing. Every time we show up on the mat, things feel different. Things are different now in just a moment than a moment ago. And when we recognize the truth of impermanence, we don't create as much suffering in our life. And we see that every day, not just on the mat, but like, every time I look in the mirror, it's like, oh, is there more gray hair, or is there less hair, or do I have a little bigger gut than I used to? What's that about? Where'd that come from? I know where that came from. All the glasses of wine at night, right? Managing the stress from the pandemic, the shelter in place. But anyway, yeah, so the truth of impermanence is there all the time, but the reason why we suffer is because we kind of resist it, and we believe things should be different, and we want things to be different. So exploring that today in our practice, right? So maybe there's some poses you don't necessarily want to do, but they're going to be there on this path. And how we surf the things that we don't want to happen in our life is a really big aspect of shifting away from our suffering and struggle in this lifetime, right? Can't stop the waves, but we can learn how to surf. Bring your hands in prayer. Setting our intention today with one Om, recognizing that this Om is being heard around the country and maybe in fact the world. Exhale all the breath out. Inhaling. Good. Release the hands. Open the eyes. Good. Get about 10 breaths to come into downward dog. 10 breaths. Hi, Jushka. Welcome. And feeling around into your body, cat-cow, side cat stretch. Maybe extend the child's pose if your body needs it. All right, about 3 more breaths on your journey toward downward dog. If you have your Spotify playlist up, if you haven't started playing it, play it now. Hi, Lizzie Elliott. Hi, Tara. Good to see you. All right, 1 more breath. And here we are, downward facing dog. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Fingers are spread wide. Then feet are about hip width apart. Bend the elbows about 2 inches toward the ground and squeeze the elbows in. Explore this mini turbo dog just with the exploration of wrapping the shoulders. Another way to cue this is broaden the upper back. Another way to cue this is separate the shoulder blades away from each other. And so the action, that's like really hard to do by thinking about it, but I'll give you an action. Elbows bend toward the ground, squeeze elbows in. Couple breaths here, feeling that engagement of the shoulders. All right, and inhale, reaching left foot up toward the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip here. All right, inhale, reaching left foot up toward the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Good, inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through. Walk the right foot back a couple of inches. Make sure the feet are about hip width apart. Just feel into this pose just for a breath or two, feeling your way into it. Getting curious about the practice. Lift up to the back of the right knee. So I'm guiding into the pose. We kind of have to really drop in and explore it on your own. And then inhale, reaching left hand up to the sky for an easy twisting lunge. Again, spreading the fingers wide. And move your left fist around circles if you like. Make a fist and move around circles. You can move it like it with a hand open if you like to. And then bring the right knee down and reach up into low lunge. Into a lunge with a gentle back bend. Bring the hands behind the back and release the fingers. Sinking in. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. And then hands come down either side of that front foot. Using a block or 2 on either side of that front foot if you have tight hamstrings. Begin to explore a left hamstring stretch. And reaching out through the ball of the foot. And bring your neck to neutral. Breathe here into the stretch. So over and over again, we notice this, right? That, oh, that's interesting. My hamstring feels tight today. What did I do yesterday? Or what did I do earlier today that created that tightness? There could be a whole story around it. And rather you keep away from story, just keep in feeling and recognizing impermanence. Then bend the left knee, stepping the left foot back to the back of the mat, plank pose. Good, now pause here. Push through the hands. Again, another opportunity to broaden the upper back by squeezing the inner elbows toward each other. Feel the upper pecs and lats and the muscle traveling through the armpit called the serratus muscle. Good, lift up to the back of the knees. Feel the thighs activate. Good, knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Pull the chest forward, lengthen out the lower back. I just had Goenka's voice come into my head when I was saying impermanence. And some of you have done the 10-day sit of Vipassana. And he says anicca, anicca, anicca. I think that's the name of the Pali word for change. Couple breaths here. Never get that voice out of my head. Deep inhale. Exhale, lowering. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Come on back in a downward dog. Then reaching out through the heels. Again, bending the elbows a little bit here. Squeeze the elbows in toward each other. Breath or two here, feeling that engagement. It's hard, but it gets easier the more you do it. Then inhale, reaching right foot up. Good, bend the knee and open up the hip here. And inhale, reaching right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Good, inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Good, inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing the right foot through. Again, getting some curiosity into exploring this pose. Sinking the right knee over the right heel. Feet are about hip width apart. Take a deep breath here and exploring this, lifting up to the back of the left leg, so you're feeling the left quad stretch. When you're ready, inhale, reaching right hand up. Again, spread the fingers wide, letting your neck relax. But if you like a little wrist release, make a fist to move your wrist around circles. Okay, and then right hand comes down. Bring the left knee down. And low lunge, reach up. And then bring the hands behind the back and release the fingers, sinking in. Big breath here. If it doesn't feel right for your knees to sink in, back off out of the deeper lunge. You can keep the right knee stacked over the right heel if you like. That's always an option. If it feels all right, you sink deeper. And inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, hands come down. Again, forward fold of a right leg. Shifting the weight back. Breathe big here into the right hamstring. The reason those of you who have never done a Vipassana, Goenka has an accent. He's from India, actually from Burma or Myanmar, just outside India. It's a different country, but he so he had this really deep voice, like Anicca, Anicca. Sorry, not sorry. All right, bend the right knee, stepping the right foot back. Thank you for the smile, Amy. High plank, and good. Then push yourself back into downward dog. And then come onto your knees and let's do this ab thing. It's happening. So one of the blessings of impermanence is we will not be doing abs for the rest of the class, just for the next probably about 3 minutes. Surely you can do abs for 3 minutes. Some of you are working through lower back stuff, or maybe you're just feeling a little bit tired and don't want to do the full intense abdominals. And so if you need support, feet are on the ground. You can do it from this way, okay? Those of you looking for a little more, hands come behind the back of the head and release the fingers. Knees over the hips. Feet are at knee height. Inhale, lifting shoulder blades off the mat. Elbows reach up toward the sky. Good. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Reach out to the ball of the foot. Right foot is about 3 to 4 feet off the floor. Good. Inhale, back to center, knees over the hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Lift the right shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Left shoulder blade over the mat. Good. Both elbows reaching toward the left thigh. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Reach out to the ball of the foot. Lifting your shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Let's do a couple more rounds. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Spread the toes. Reach out to the ball of the foot. Both elbows reaching toward your left thigh. Good. Bend, straighten out your right leg more. I know, I see you. Isn't that crazy? Inhale, come back to center. Knees over the hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Straighten out the left leg. If it's too much, bring your feet on the ground for support. Spread the toes, both elbows reaching toward the right thigh. Pull the belly down. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Spread the toes. Nice, Kimberly. Reach out through the ball of the foot. Straighten out your right leg. Now pause here a moment longer. Curl tailbone up a second time and lift your shoulder blade off the mat. Oh, yeah, good. Inhale, come back to center. Knees over the hips. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Straighten out the left leg. Good. Rebecca Rosinski, right knee over the right hip. Just a slight little shift. Right knee a little bit forward. Good. Curl tailbone up a second time. It's better, Rebecca. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Spread the toes. Good. Pull the belly down. Curl tailbone up a second time and lift your shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Right knee over the hip. Right foot just below the right knee, Lizzie. Right foot below the right knee. Breathe down a little bit. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, good. Curl tailbone up a second time. Really feel it. You got it, Tara. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Yay. And then bring your feet down. Nice work. Noticing how abdominals help build heat from within. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer than when we first started. Hi, Murph. Reach down, tap the fingertips to the heels. Let's come right into bridge pose to counterbalance the abdominals. Turn the palms of the hands to face up. And inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips up to the sky. Good. Palms facing up. Good. Andrew, squeeze your knees in slightly. Your feet should be about hip width apart. And your legs are turning on. Some of you are working to do lower back stuff. If you're lower back tweakiness, you can always place a block underneath your sacrum or a pillow. Pillow might work as well, those of you who don't have blocks. All right, some of you might want a little more here. If you like, you can interlace the fingers underneath the buttocks and roll the shoulders underneath to get a little bit more of a stretch to the upper back and chest. Breathe up to the heart. One more breath. All right, tuck the tailbone, lower all the way down. And bring the knees and the chest. Good. And then roll over onto the right side. Come on back into downward dog. Give you a couple breaths to find your way into downward dog. All right. And walk your feet to the front of the mat. Coming into a ragdoll pose. Feet are about hip width apart. Reach over and grab onto opposite elbows. Just float back and forth here for a moment. It's a nice little warm up for the hamstrings and lower back. All right, releasing the hands down, bend the knees, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Good, okay. Walk the feet to the front of the mat. Bring the hands in prayer. You know, one of the things that happens once we recognize impermanence through our practice and through our life is that we start to honor every moment that we have, because we never know when the next moment will be our last one. That's this kind of like little reframe or a little play that we do with life and death. So, you know, it's like, okay, how would I show up here on this mat right now if I knew my time here was short? How would I show up for my friends if I knew I didn't have that much more time, or if I knew they didn't have much more time? Would I be acting differently? That's the blessing of impermanence when we recognize it. Take a deep breath up and just feed that to your heart. And as some of you are going through older parents that are maybe dying or kind of on the way out, right? I have an uncle that has dementia, and I think about all the times I spent with him before he went into the hospital with dementia. Did I really honor those moments with him? I can truthfully say I did. No regrets. All right. Here we go. Classical Suns. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Stepping the left foot back. Left knee comes down. Low lunge. Reach up. Sink in, feel. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back into plank. Good. Knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into either Sphinx or low cobra. Elbows lift up off the ground. Pull the chest forward, lengthening. Exhale, lowering. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Right knee down. Low lunge. Reach up. Little back bend here as you sink in. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back, neck neutral. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. You bend the elbows here if you like to cultivate a little bit more of a back bend, cactus arms. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Stepping the right foot back. Right knee down. Low lunge. Reach up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back, plank. Knees come down, chest comes down. Either Sphinx again or low cobra, your choice. Inhale, lifting, big breath. Exhale, lowering, downward dog. And inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left knee down, low lunge. Reach up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Again, bending the elbows if you like. Cactus arms. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Okay, just keep building off of that, son. Inhale, reaching, so incorporating low, high lunge instead of low lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping the left foot back, high lunge. Come on up. If that's too much, you bring the left knee down. Support yourself if you need to. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back, plank. Knees come down, chest comes down. Either Sphinx, low cobra, or consider regular cobra, hands underneath the shoulders, and that progressively gets more intense. Good. Exhale, lowering, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Lift up to the back of the right knee. Reach out to the right heel. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer and find the heart. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping the right foot back, high lunge. Reach up, a little back bend here if you like. Tuck your tailbone. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. And the knees come down, chest comes down. Sphinx or cobra variations. Inhale, lifting. Or upward dog if you need it. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Big breath. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And you can bend the elbows if you like. Good. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer. Moving into B series. Inhale, bend the knees. I'm getting more and more intense, right? Chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back, vinyasa. Could be upward dog this time. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, right heel down, warrior one. Come on up. A little back bend if you like. Sink in. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Either side of that front foot. Foot back, plank, vinyasa. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left heel down, warrior one. Come on up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Step the right foot back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Hi, Jane Eisner. Good. Bend the knees. Look between the hands. Deep inhale. Exhale, jump or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, chair pose. Pausing here. Good. And then bring the hands behind the lower back and release the fingers. Just pause here for a moment. Sink into your chair, and you should be able to look down and see your toes. So if you have the knees too far forward here, it can load into the knee joint, and the more you sink your hips back, the more the thighs turn on, the more supporting the knee joint. Good. Couple of really deep breaths here. Start to feel the legs turn on, right? The thighs starting to burn a little bit. If you can't feel that, sink a little bit deeper. All right. Inhale, reaching the hands up, straighten the legs. Exhale, bring the hands in prayer and find the heart. All right, inhale, Bend the knees, reach the hands down, back up, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back, vinyasa. Good, exhale, downward dog. Okay, inhale, reaching left foot up toward the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, pausing here. Knee to nose, foot toward buttock. If you want, you can do a little push up here. Good, inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through, right heel down. Warrior one, come on up. And wrapping the right arm underneath the left arm for eagle arms. Good. Sinking in, left knee over left heel. Reach out through the right foot, feel this right quad stretch. And breathing deeply up to the heart. But you bring out your elbows up even higher than the shoulders to cultivate a gentle back bend here if you like. All right, now giving you a choice here. We're coming into Humble Warrior. You can keep your arms in eagle arms if you like and do it like this. We're releasing the hands behind the lower back and interlace the fingers and use a strap maybe. If you have tight shoulders. And then sinking in, let your body go. Let it relax here. You know, I've kind of noticed with everything that's going on in the world, there's my attempting to control things is amped up. It could be like in little ways, like, hey Stephanie, you're not cutting the salad or lettuce in the right way, right? Could be in bigger ways, right? Hey, don't get so close to me. And so these opportunities to let go in our practice are important. Can't control everything. All right, releasing, hands down. Turn the back toes under. If you can, coming into lizard pose, forearms coming onto the ground. If they can't come onto the ground, bring your forearms on blocks for a deep quad stretch. How's your breath here? Can you let your neck and jaw go a little bit? In fact, maybe do a yes, no, maybe with your head. Let it go. Maybe do a little figure eight with your jaw. All right, releasing. And stepping your left foot back to the back of the mat. Plank. Good. Count of 5. Lower yourself all the way onto your belly and chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Choices here. Hands alongside the hips for Shalabhasana, or interlace the fingers at lower back if you like. If your lower back hurts, keep your feet on the ground. If your lower back feels all right, lift your feet up off the ground. Every inhale through the chest lifts up a little bit higher. One more breath. All right, releasing all the way down. And come on back in downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. And exhale, knee to nose. Foot toward buttock. Just pause here for a moment. If you want a little more, do a little push up here. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Placing the right foot through warrior one. Come on up. Sinking in. And then wrapping the left arm underneath the right arm for eagle arms. If that's too much for the shoulder, you can just reach your left hand over and grab on the right shoulder and just gently tug on the right shoulder. You feel a stretch to the shoulder joint that way. Big breath. So I've been thinking about that, about how, like, if I keep wanting things to go back to the way they were, I'm creating some suffering in my world. I'm also missing the blessings that are happening in this moment. Like I've shared with some of you, blessing of being able to have dinner with my wife and Quinn every night. What a blessing. I can never do that when I'm teaching my normal classes, right? We're so focused on where we want the things to be the way they were, and we miss out on the blessings that are occurring in this moment. One more breath here, deep inhale. And exhale, coming forward into humble warrior variation. Let your neck relax. If it's too much with the hands and eagle arms, you can always bring your hands behind the back. I mentioned that the first side, but just make sure you know that for the second side as well. All right, then releasing the hands down, lizard pose. Hands on the inside of the foot. And sinking in. Walk the right foot out a couple of inches. Right toes can turn out. Just make sure that the right knee is on the same plane as the toes. So working on letting go in the exhale. So inhale what you want living in your body. Big breath, newness, freshness, aliveness. With the exhale, let go of what no longer serves you. The tension, the holding on, trying to control everything. And releasing there. Step the right foot back, plank. Good. This time here, vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Good. Exhale, downward dog. And inhale, reaching left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose. You can pause here for a moment if you like a push-up. Please do it. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Again, pausing if you want more, a little push-up here. Wow. And inhale, back up or not. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Just trying to build a little more heat. Go ahead and push up if you like. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Placing left foot through. Right heel down, warrior one again. Come on up. Into warrior one, camel pose. Hands come onto lower back with the thumbs almost touching each other, the sacrum. Sink in, left knee or left heel. Inhaling, big breath, telescope the ribs up. And with the exhale, allow your chest to start exploring a gentle back bend here. Elbows squeezing toward each other helps stretch the upper pecs and chest. How's your breath? you feel like you're loading into your lower back, bring your lower pelvis forward. I mean, one of the ways I cue it is saying tucking the tailbone. Just be aware of loading too much in lower back. You can over tuck the tailbone too, by the way. There's somewhat of a controversy in yoga realm about tucking the tailbone, or to tuck or not to tuck, but feel your way into supporting lower back. Good. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale, right elbow, left thigh, twisting warrior or twisting high lunge. Turn the back toes under. Bottom hand is a fist, top hand clasp over it. Right wrist and hand are super strong. And with the exhale, you press the elbow on the thigh, lift the chest up off the thigh. All right, and releasing hands down. Coming into twisting lizard. Walk your left foot over, right hand to the edge of the mat. Good. Reach back with left hand, grab onto ankle foot for a really deep quad stretch. Shift your weight over and back into left foot. Reach out through the right foot. Start to feel how that stretches through the right quad, or bring the foot in toward the buttock and see how that feels with the stretch of the quad. How's your breath here? All right, releasing the back foot. Hands come down. Stepping the left foot back, plank. Count of 10, lower yourself all the way onto your belly and chest. You can always bring your knees down if you need to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower, all the way down. Kind of throwing the counting jokes in there for you guys who normally practice with me. Ha ha ha. All right, Dhanurasana. Hi, Jane. Nice to see your smiling face right there. Reach back, grab onto ankles, feet. Good. All right, if this is too much, you can come back to Shalabhasana and release the fingers in the lower back. If it feels all right, lift up into Dhanurasana. Good. Feet reaching up toward the sky, shins reaching to the wall behind you. Inhaling, breathe up to the heart. And with the exhale, lift the feet up a little bit higher. One more breath. All right, then releasing all the way down. The right ear release. David Marino and I were talking. Some of you guys know him. He teaches in the East Bay as well. He's a long-time teacher, 30 years. He and I were talking about, jokingly saying, God, who's that old man on the video teaching yoga? Meaning that's what I look at when I see myself. Reminded of impermanence all the time, especially watching myself practice. Right. Come on back in a downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. Then exhale, knee to nose. You can pause here, push up if you like. And inhale back up. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Push up if you like. And inhale back up. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Again, push up. Inhale back up. And exhale, knee to nose, placing the right foot through. Come on up. Warrior one. Sink in, right knee over the right heel. Hands on the lower back. Cultivating this camel in our warrior one. Thumbs almost touching each other's sacrum. I'll just turn my back to the video camera so you can see that. Thumbs almost touching each other toward the sacrum. Good. Sink in. Breathe. You know, the pose is just a pose. It's a form, shape that I'm asking you to come into with intention around it. But the more you bring the breath and the theme into noticing what's going on, the more that this makes this a yoga practice and just a calisthenics, so to speak. Right? So keep exploring the breath. All right, inhale, reaching the hands up. Twisting warrior or twisting high lunge. Left elbow, right thigh. Turn the back toes under if you need support. Bottom hand to fist. Top hand clasp over and then stack the right elbow over left. All right, hands come down. Bring the left knee down. Walk the right foot out, twisting lizard. Reach back with the right hand. Grab onto ankle foot. Let that sink in. All right, releasing the back foot. Hands come down. Step the right foot back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Come on to your knees. Let me connect with you for a moment. So we have time for 2 back bends. If there's a back bend that you really want to do today, like dancer, or you want to use the wall and do Pincha Mayurasana, that's forearm balance into a back bend, or some other back bend that really you want to work toward, feel free to do that. Those of you that are not sure what we're doing, I'm going to talk you in a bridge and then full wheel. We have time for 2 back bends, about 10 breaths each, okay? All right. Have fun. If you want to follow my lead, come onto your back. Reach down, tap the fingertips to the heels. Feet are about hip-width apart, parallel to the sides of the mat. Turn the palms, hands to face up. Inhale, tuck the tailbone. We've been here before. We did this after abdominals. Hips lifting. You can also interlace your fingers underneath here, roll the shoulders underneath. Okay, or some of you can come into full wheel by placing your hands up by the ears. Fingertips pointing toward the shoulders. Inhale, lift up onto the crown of the head, and exhale, push yourself up into full wheel. Good. Feet are parallel to each other as best as you can. Knees are moving toward, or squeezing toward each other, not necessarily moving toward each other, but squeezing toward each other. Good. Then come out of the pose, tuck the tailbone, lower all the way down. Good. All right, one more back bend. 10 breaths. We're just coming to Supta Baddha Konasana if you're done. Andrew, bring your feet slightly closer toward each other and see how that feels. And then tuck your tailbone a little bit and squeeze your knees in slightly. Yeah, if the toes turn out, there's a potential load into the sacrum. So just be aware of that. So make sure your feet are about hip width apart and the toes are parallel. Helps to lift up your toes. And then coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touching. And one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. There's a really simple saying that really resonates with me about impermanence. It goes like this: having a bad day, don't worry, it'll change. Having a good day, don't worry, it'll change. All right, bring the knees in the chest, squeeze the knees in. Good, and then just pause here for a moment. Release, squeeze the knees in and feel the lower back releasing a little bit. Good, then bring your left foot on the ground, your left buttock, right ankle on left thigh. Coming into pigeon, also known as figure four on your back. Right arm comes through. Left hand around, grabs onto the shin or the back of the thigh. Some of you might feel better if you have your left foot on the ground, your left buttock, and place your right hand on the right thigh. All right, then switch your legs up. Right foot on the ground, left ankle, right thigh. Second side, left arm comes through the legs. Right hand comes around, grabs onto the back of the thigh or the shin. Again, some of you might feel better if you have the right foot on the ground near the right buttock, left hand on left thigh and press. All right, and then releasing there. Bring both knees in the chest. Then bring your feet back on the ground. Shift your hips over toward the right. Wrap the right leg over left. And then let your legs release over toward the left for lying down spinal twist. There's lots of variations, by the way. If it's too much with the variation I just offered up, just have both knees release over toward left, stacked on top of each other. Right knee stacked on top of left. There's another variation you want to explore and you've been doing this for a long time, feel free, right? Just be aware of staying out of pain. Right arm reaches away from you to look over the right shoulder if you like. Inhale. Come on back up to neutral. And release the wrap of the right leg over left. Bring your feet on the ground. Shift your weight over, shift your buttocks and hips over to left. Wrap the left leg over the right. Knees release over to the right. Reach your left arm away from you. Okay, inhale, come on back up to center. Come into happy baby. Knees come into the chest, then move to the outside of the torso. Reach up, grab onto feet. Gently guide the knees alongside the torso. If that's too much, grab onto the back of the thighs and the knees. Pause there, take a couple of deep breaths. All right, and then release and final resting pose. Those of you that are enjoying the playlist, Trevor Hall, Chapter of the Forest, is the Shavasana song. It's the last song on the playlist. We won't get through all of it, but we'll get through some of it. Shavasana, which actually means corpse pose, last pose that we practice in every yoga class. And it's intentionally practicing death. Recognizing that if we practice for death, we might not be afraid of it. Start to bring conscious breath into the body. Moving your fingers, the toes, hands, feet, ankles, and wrists. And push the hands above the head. Come into a deep stretch. And deep inhale. Good. Exhaling. And bring the knees and the chest roll over onto the right side. And push yourself up into a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed just for a moment longer. Slide the hands on your heart. And sharing a quote by Goenka Sensei. Brought him up during class. Figured I'd share a quote from him. Real wisdom is recognizing and accepting that every experience is impermanent. With this insight, you will not be overwhelmed by ups and downs. And when you are able to maintain an inner balance, you can choose to act in ways that will create happiness for you and for others. Living each moment happily with an equanimous mind, you will surely progress toward the ultimate goal of liberation from all suffering. And that is the way, that's the path. That's what it feels like to me, right? Breathe that into the heart. See there's truth in that for you. And bring your hands in prayer. And bowing forward with love, with gratitude. May our practice provide us healing, and may we reflect this healing out into the world to help create more peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing the practice.